Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our maths class. In this video, we shall solve practice set 17. Before you see this video, requesting you all to see the introductory video of division of decimal fraction sent to you all. So let's begin by solving the first question of practice set 17. The first question is to carry out the following divisions. So this is the first question that I have written it down for you. Now, as we all know, when we have division sign, it means we have to divide, right? And when there is a decimal point, that means we have to carry out decimal fraction division. So let's see how to do this. Now, we all know that we have to convert this first decimal fraction into a common fraction and then carry out the further calculation. So let's convert 4.8 into common fraction. So the common fraction for 4.8 will be 48 upon 10. Now why do I write 48 upon 10? Because if you see, there is only one number after the decimal point. So that's the reason why I'm putting only 10 over here. So 48 upon 10 divide by this 2. It doesn't have any decimal point. After 2 there is no decimal point. 2 is a single number. Okay, so this 2 I'm going to write in the numerator's place. Now since there is a denominator here also I'm going to write a denominator. So whenever we don't have a denominator, we consider it as 1. Okay, so that comes to 2 upon 1. Now we all know we are going to take the reciprocal. This division, when we convert into multiplication, we take the reciprocal of the number next to it, fraction. Okay, so 1 upon 2. So that means 2 upon 1 becomes 1 upon 2. Now bring the numerators and denominators together. 48 into 1 upon 10 into 2. Right? Now you can continue down if you have place. Since I don't have place here, I am writing next to it. So 48 into 1 is how much, students? 48 into 1 is 48 upon 10 into 2 is 20. Now can I calculate this further? Does 48 and 20 go in one table? Yes, of course. 2 ones are 2 and 2 tens are 20. 2 twos are 4 and 2 fours are 8. That means my final answer, I got it as 24 upon 10. Now we all know that our question is in decimal fraction, so our answer also should be in decimal fraction. So let's convert this 24 upon 10 into decimal fraction. We can convert this into decimal fraction because we know that there is 1 and a 0. So that means we can convert this 24 upon 10 into decimal fraction. So let's convert 24 upon 10. So what will be my answer? 2.4. So my answer will be 2.4. Why 2.4? There is only 1 0 that you have in the denominator's place. So that's the reason, counting from the left hand side, counting from this side over here, right hand side, I'm going to take one number and put the point, right? So this is your first question. Let's move to the second question. The next question is 17.5 divide by 5. So let's convert this first into decimal fraction. This decimal fraction into common fraction. So 17.5 will become 175 upon 10. Why 10? Because there is only one number after the decimal point. Okay. Now 175 upon 10 divide by 5 upon 1. Okay, since I don't have any denominator with 5, I'm going to write 5 upon 1. Now this I'm going to calculate further. Upon 10, division I will turn to multiplication. So 1 upon 5. Now 175 and 1, I will take it together and 10 into 5 I will take it together, right? What will be my next step? 175 into 1 is 175 upon 10 into 5 is how much? 10 into 5 is 50, right? Now 175 and 50, does it go in one table? That you have to check first. Okay, if it goes in one table, you can calculate it further. Now one more method that you can do over here is to get the answer in decimal point is, if you get a number like this which doesn't have 1 or 1 and 0, it has some other number over here, you can convert that into 10, hundreds or thousands, 10,000, like that. Okay, so the second method I'll show you. First one I showed you in the first question, where you calculated, you divided those 48 upon 20 and you got the answer. Now here one more method you can follow is, you can convert this denominator which is given into 100, 1000, like that. Now as we know that if you have 10, 100, 1000 like that in your denominator, then only you can convert it into decimal fraction. Now since 50 is greater than 10, you cannot convert this into 10. So we'll go for 100. So can 50, with what number will I multiply 50 that I'll get 100 over here? Yes. So I'm going to multiply 50 with 2. So 50, if I multiply this by 2, I will get it as 100, right? So same number what I'm multiplying down, I'm going to write it above. So if you see over here, 50, 2 5s are 10. So 100 I got. Now 175 into 2 is how much? 350, right? So 350 I will write. Okay, so what I did here, I wanted a decimal fraction, and so I got 100 over here. How I converted this? I saw if it 50 can be multiplied with what number so that I'll get 100 or 1000. Now since it goes in 50 into 2, if I multiply this, I get my answer as 100. Okay, so now here I multiplied 50 by 2 to get answer as 100. Okay, now what will be my final answer? Now I can convert this into a decimal fraction, right? So 350 will become 350, right? Now this 350, since there are 2 zeros below in your denominator's place, where will my point come? Over here. So my answer will be 3.50. So this way also you can convert your common fraction into a decimal fraction. Okay, next, now this can also be written as 3.5. okay, 3.50 can also be same as 3.5. clear? So this is our second question. Let's move to the third one. Now our third question is 20.6 divided by 2, right? So 20.6, I'm going to write this as 206 upon 10. One number, 10. Divide by 2 upon 1. Now I told you why I took 1 in the first question. So 206 divide by 10. Division will turn to multiplication, and when you turn this into multiplication, you are going to write the reciprocal. That means the numerator and denominator will exchange. So 1 upon 2, right? Now 206 into 1 I'll bring together, and 10 into 2 I'll bring together. Now one more method if I show you, if you can see over here, 206 and 2 can go in one table, right? So you can do like that also. There are different ways of calculating, students. It's not only that you have to follow one particular way. Different ways you can try and you can get the answer. So if you see 206 and 2, numerator and denominator can be cancelled over here, right? 10 and 1 cannot be cancelled. You can cancel 2, 0, 6 and 10 also, right? So let's do this. How do we do? 2 ones are 2, 2 not 6. So 2 ones are 2, 2 0 and 2 threes are 6. Okay, so what will be my answer here? My answer will be 103 into 1 upon 10 into 1. So my answer will be 103 ones are 103 upon 10. Now I got a common fraction. Now 10 I got, that means I can convert this into decimal fraction. So 103 I'll write 10 means point over here. From this side you are going to start counting, sorry. Okay, so count one number from here and put a decimal point. So your answer will be 10.3. So you can either follow the first one where you directly divide. You can follow the second method where I showed you to convert that 50 into 100, 10 or 1000 depending upon the number, or you can either do this way. Okay, so this whichever method you want you can follow. So this is our third question. So our third question answer is 10.3. Let's move to the fourth question, students. I hope it's becoming clear to you all how we are doing these sums. So now 32.5 divide by 25. So how do we do this? Now this number has a decimal point, so I'm going to convert this into a common fraction. So 32.5 will become 325 upon 10. One number, 1 0. Divide by 25. It doesn't have any decimal point, so I'm writing 25 upon 1. No decimal point, so no 0, right? Since there is no denominator here for this, I'm going to write 1, right? Now 325 upon 10 into, when I change to into sign, reciprocal. Okay, so 1 upon 25. Now I'll bring the numerators and denominators together. Clear? Okay. Now when I bring them together, what will I write next? 325 ones are 325 upon 25 into 10 is 250. Now if you know the tables, you will be able to calculate this. If you do not know, convert this 250, the denominator, not the numerator. Convert this denominator into 10, 1000, 100, like that. Now you know that the denominator is more than 100. So you cannot convert this into 110. You have to go more than that number. So which is the next number after 100? 1000. Okay. So I will convert this 250 into 1000. So how do I convert this? With what number will I multiply 250 to get my answer as 1000? Now see, 110 I cannot do, students, because 250 is more than that, right? So I have to take such a number which is more than 250, right? So here 250 into how much, that I will get 1000. 250, if you multiply by 4, you get it as 1000. So whichever number you're writing down, same number will go up. Now 325 into 4 you multiply. First you find out this, if it is coming to 1000, then this also should be 4, right? So 1000 and 325 into 4 will be 1300, right? Now 1300, what am I going to do? Now I got over here one number and number of zeros. So 1300 I'll write. And how many zeros are there here? 1, 2 and 3 in the denominator. So 1, 2 and 3 numbers I'm going to count, and I'm going to put a 0. Now this you can also write it as 1.3. Okay, so 1.300 is equal to 1.3 can also be written. So this is our fourth question.